There comes a time in every woman's life when the silence of the night begins to speak louder than the noise of the world. She's accomplished. She's resilient. She's strong. But deep down, she still dreams. Not of more success, not of more applause, but of connection, of home. To the world, she's too picky. To others, she's too late. But what they don't know is this. She hasn't given up. She's just not willing to settle for anything less than real. This message is for the woman who still believes in something sacred. For the one who has waited, not wasted. For the one who knows her worth and wants to build not just a life, but a legacy. They told you to chase status. They told you to glow up. They told you to forget about love and embrace power. But power without peace is poverty. And peace, real peace, it lives in a place called home. This is my advice to single women who still want a family. And I say this not to make you rush, but to remind you, you are not forgotten. Your dream is valid. And yes, it's still possible. Courage is contagious. When a brave woman takes a stand, the spines of others are often stiffened. So here are 5 deep-rooted truths, strategies, wisdoms, reminders, whatever you want to call them, that every single woman must understand if she wants to prepare not just for a relationship, but for a family. 1. Stop waiting for perfect. Look for aligned. We grow up believing in the fairy tale. The perfect person will come, perfect timing will arrive, and everything will fall into place. But what if waiting for perfect is the very thing keeping you from what's real? Perfection is not the goal. Alignment is. Alignment means shared values, mutual respect, common vision. It's not about someone who checks every box on a list. It's about someone whose heart beats in rhythm with your future. Courage is contagious. When a brave woman takes a stand, the spines of others are stiffened. Waiting for perfect often becomes a hiding place. We tell ourselves of one day when I'm fully healed, when I'm successful, when he's everything I imagined. But life doesn't wait for the someday. Love shows up in the real, the raw, the here and now. Aligned doesn't mean flawless. It means he respects your values. It means he's growing even if he's not there yet. It means he listens, he cares, he shows up. Alignment means you both want a future that's built on something deeper than sparks. It's built on mutual direction, not just momentary attraction. You don't need a perfect man. You need a man who's walking your way. God does not comfort us to make us comfortable, but to make us comforters. And maybe, just maybe, you're the answered prayer in someone else's life right now. But if you keep waiting for perfection, you might miss the miracle that's already aligned and waiting for you to see him. Stop waiting. Start seeing. Not for perfect, but for aligned. Two. Build a life that a family can grow into. Before you think about building a life with someone, ask yourself, have you built a life that can hold a family? Not just a man, not just a wedding, but a whole future. Because a family isn't just something you wish for, it's something you prepare for. Mountaintops are for views and inspiration, but fruit is grown in the valleys. A life worth sharing is a life with roots, purpose, stability, growth. And the truth is, you attract not what you want, but what you've made room for. Instead of focusing on finding the one, ask, am I someone a future family can depend on? Is my emotional house in order? Do I have routines, dreams, and peace in my space? You don't need to wait for a man to start living like a woman who's building a legacy. Start building it now. Your mindset, your health, your finances, your values, let your life be fertile ground for love to take root. When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. When character is lost, all is lost. And when he comes, when the right one comes, he won't complete you. He'll join a life that's already growing. A man who's serious about family isn't just looking for beauty or charm. He's looking for readiness, for maturity, for a woman who knows the weight of what she's asking for and is building the strength to carry it. So don't just sit there hoping to be chosen. Build, prepare, create. Build a life so grounded, so inspired, so real that a future family doesn't just fit, it flourishes. 3. Know the difference between chemistry and character. Attraction can light a fire, but only character can keep it burning. One of the most common traps single women fall into is mistaking chemistry for compatibility. But it's also temporary if it's not rooted in something deeper. It is not the body's posture, but the heart's attitude that counts. Chemistry is instant. Character is revealed over time. Chemistry is about how someone makes you feel in the moment. Character is about who they are when moments get hard. Don't confuse emotional highs for emotional health. Ask, how does he treat people who can't offer him anything? Does his word mean something, even when it costs him? Is he the same person behind closed doors? Because the man you date isn't just your future boyfriend. He's your future child's role model. He's the future tone of your household. A good father is one of the most unsung, unpraised, unnoticed, and yet one of the most valuable assets in our society. You don't need someone who excites your nervous system. You need someone who calms it. A man who doesn't play with your mind, but protects your peace. One who shows up when it's not convenient and keeps his word when no one's watching. Chemistry is fun, but character builds a future. And when you stop chasing butterflies, you start attracting builders. So yes, get excited about the butterflies, but don't lose your vision in the flutter. Let the spark start the journey, but let character carry it. 4. Heal the past before you invite the future, before you build a home with someone else. Make sure your foundation isn't still cracked from what someone else broke. Unhealed wounds have a way of whispering into new chapters. They make you suspicious when someone is kind. They make you doubt love when it shows up real. And worst of all, they convince you to settle just to feel safe. Tears shed for self are tears of weakness, but tears shed for others are a sign of strength. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means facing. It means going back to the places that hurt, not to relive them, but to release them. Because if you don't deal with the pain will deal with you. It'll show up as fear of vulnerability, as constant overthinking, as sabotaging something good, because the past taught you that love always ends in pain. You can't expect a future partner to fix what a past one fractured. That's not love, that's pressure. And pressure breaks people. Healing means learning to sit with your own thoughts without flinching. It means understanding your worth isn't tied to how someone once mistreated you. It means forgiving not for them, but for you. So you can breathe again, trust again, dream again. God never takes away something from your life without replacing it with something better. Better. When you heal, you choose clarity over chaos. You stop chasing potential and start recognizing peace. So take the time. Go slow. Work through it. Journal. Reflect. Get help if you need it. Because your future family deserves a whole version of you, not one still stitched together by apologies you never received. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need to be present. And healing is what allows you to show up, fully, freely, and finally ready. 5. Don't just choose a man, choose a legacy when you're thinking about love. Don't just ask, does he like me? Ask, what will my life look like with him 5 years from now, 10 years forever? You're not just choosing someone to go on dates with. You're choosing the potential father of your children, the energy that will fill your home, the values your future family will be shaped by. When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. When character is lost, all is lost. Marriage isn't just about now. It's about next. It's about the unseen tomorrows. How he'll act when you're both tired, stressed, tested. Will he lead with love or pride? Will he inspire your children or just discipline them? Will he fight beside you or make you feel like you're fighting alone? You deserve someone who builds with you, not just benefits from you. A man whose vision extends past himself. Someone whose love for you makes you more grounded, not more anxious. A man who doesn't just admire your strength, but protects your softness. A courage is contagious. When a brave man takes a stand, the spines of others are often stiffened. Legacy is built in quiet choices, in kindness, in loyalty, in showing up again and again when it's easier to walk away. So choose someone whose presence brings peace. Someone who honors his promises, not just his potential. Someone whose life is already bearing the fruit of the values he claims to live by. You're not being picky, you're being wise. Because you're not just building a relationship, you're setting the tone for generations after you. Don't just choose someone to share your bed. Choose someone who will stand beside you in storms, in silence, and in legacy. So many women are sitting in silent hope, not because they aren't enough, but because the world has told them that being chosen is the prize. But let me say this clearly, you are not waiting to be chosen. You are choosing. You're not just a beautiful chapter in someone's story. You're an entire book rich with meaning, growth, and purpose. You're not an empty seat at a wedding. You are a throne, and not every man is fit to sit beside you. The greatest legacy one can pass on to one's children is not money or material things, but a legacy of character and faith. This journey isn't about perfection. It's not about being the perfect woman or finding the perfect man. It's about being aligned with someone whose heart beats in rhythm with your values. Someone whose presence doesn't drain your soul, but feeds your peace. Someone who doesn't just want you, but walks with you, grows with you, believes with you. Mountaintops are for views and inspiration, but fruit is grown in the valleys. If you're single right now, that isn't a flaw in your design. It's a space of preparation, a sacred season. A sacred season. A time to become the woman your future will thank you for. Because when love finally does arrive, it should find you thriving, not just surviving. So stop asking, what if I'm too much? Start asking, is he even ready for this much life, this much love, this much love, this much legacy? You are a woman of worth, a woman of vision, a woman with the courage to not just settle for a hand to hold, but to wait for a life to build. And that, that's power.